I've had some dinner. I've had a little time to cool down, cool off, because to say that I am pissed would be a major understatement. I will explain. This is an update to the update I uploaded earlier today. Yeah, whatever. It's just, I'm angry. Okay, so in my last video, I explained about my car troubles. How the engine oil was bleeding out all over the road. And I verified that. Okay? I went under my hood, pulled out this long dipstick, which goes into the engine. Okay? That's your oil dipstick. That son of a bitch was bone dry. There was not a drop of oil in the engine. Okay, I ran that back in there. Looking at my engine, off to the left side, there's a yellow ring, which is the dipstick for the transmission. I pulled that one out, and I think the bottom of it, like that much of it, was covered in a red-colored transmission fluid, because that's what colored transmission fluid is. It's either red or pink. Well, the dipstick was covered, so I was like, okay, so it's not transmission fluid, it's the engine oil, because, well, the dipstick for the engine oil was bone dry. Completely. So Monday, I got into my SUV after putting 2 quarts of oil in just to lube up the pistons so that I could drive it from my residence to Tireman on Illinois Avenue, which is about 5 miles away. Got there, no problem, under its own power. So that was Monday. It is now Wednesday. They've had the car 2 days. 2 fucking days. I called them yesterday and said, hey, the paperwork's being done different. My name's not necessarily on the paperwork because it's being done by the Veterans Service Commission, so it's under them. And I contacted him and asked him what was going on, and he says, oh, they just got done, going over your vehicle. We should know in a little bit. So I said, okay, cool, no problem, and then hung up. I assumed they were going to call me. They never called. So earlier this evening, it's now 6:34, I would say 4:45, I called them because they don't close until 7 p.m. I called them and asked them what the status was on the vehicle, and he said, well, it's a lot of maintenance stuff, the radiator's leaking, you got transmission fluid is leaking, and your exhaust is this and that. He never specifically keyed on anything. He just merely stated it's a bunch of maintenance stuff. But they were apparently under the assumption that they were the ones that were going to do the repair work, and I said, no. I still have to take the vehicle from you and take it over to Mighty for a second estimate. And he said, well, usually we're the second one they go to, and usually we're the ones that get paid to do the work, so we just figured, well, you fucking assumed and made an ass out of you and me. The only reason why I went to Tireman first is because Tireman called me first, because the Veterans Service Commission said each place that we're going to send you to will call you and schedule an appointment to bring your car in. Tireman called first. Tireman is the first one I went to. Mighty called me the very next day, and there you go. That's just how it went. So I got off the phone, and they said, well, we can do it tomorrow. We'll send out a courtesy shuttle to pick you up. Turns out my stepson decided, hey, I'll take you out there and follow you to Mighty and bring you back home. So I get out there. I talk to the guy. They give me my key. Since I know what my issue is, I went out to the vehicle, went into the back seat, pulled out a quart of oil, put that into the engine, got in the car. She started up, boom, just like normal. and waited until, you know, because it revs high a little bit, brr, and then it throttles down to about 1,000 RPM. Kind of like almost like an automatic choke or something. It throttles high till it warms up enough to go, and then it'll throttle down some of the RPM. And I put it in drive. And I knew right away once I put it in drive something was wrong. Because usually there's, you know, when it goes into gear, you can see, you know, the car kind of makes a little movement when you put it in gear. It didn't do that. So I'm like, what the hell? So I give it a little gas and my vehicle goes nowhere. So I'm working it through the gears: reverse, park, drive, second, give it some gas. My car's not even moving. I put it back into neutral, pushed in on the fucking brake, and changed it to 4 high because it's a 4x4. Let it click up and the light came on saying it was in 4 high. And then I turned it back to 2 high. The light cut off. Put it in drive. Gave it some gas. Didn't go. I'm like, what the fuck? And my stepson, he already took off. But then he looked in his rear view and noticed I wasn't behind him. Because my Expedition's not a slow car. It's not a slow SUV at all. It's got 300 horsepower. And it's been modified because it was a police vehicle before I bought it. I'm the first private owner. So it's been a state-owned vehicle up until I got it. So I know it's been modified. So I shut the vehicle down, turn off the lights, take the key back inside and give it to him. And he said, first thing the guy said to me was it wouldn't start. I said, oh no, it started up just fine. But when I put it in drive so I could take it to Mighty, my car won't even go. It has no transmission. He said, the transmission fluid must have leaked out. And he says, well, I'll go ahead and call the Veterans Service Commission tomorrow and see if they'll just go ahead and pay for the repairs. And I'm in my head going, that's not how they work. They want 2 estimates. 2, not yours. 2. Yours and someone else's. I'm already biased. I don't like Tireman at all because they fucked my vehicle the very first time I ever went to. I went to them to get 4 brand new tires. That's all I wanted. Oh, well, we did a quick check on your vehicle and it looks like one of your quick struts in the rear is gonna break. Coincidentally enough, the very next day, said quick strut broke. Odd. That put Tireman in a bad light with me. And now they've done it again because they insisted, oh, it's your transmission, it's leaking. Okay, I park right out here in the parking lot in a handicapped parking space. No other goddamn fucking car parks there. Nowhere underneath my vehicle where I park it is there any fucking transmission fluid at all. None. The shit's fucking red. It would be noticeable. However, there is a shitload of fucking oil from the engine all over. No transmission fluid. And I'm being told, well, your transmission's leaking. Funny, if it was fucking leaking, I think I'd leave some evidence behind on the parking lot. So what that tells me is that Tireman has created a problem that did not exist before I took my vehicle to them. The transmission was not the fucking problem. It was bleeding out engine oil. And they couldn't even give me a direct answer to that. Oh, it's just a bunch of maintenance stuff. Your exhaust. You know, and I was really tempted to tell them, don't touch the fucking exhaust because Midas did the exhaust. If there's a fucking problem with the exhaust, I can fucking take it back to Midas and they'll fucking fix that shit for fucking free because there's a fucking lifetime warranty on their fucking work. Don't fuck that up too. So I don't like Tireman. And going there and putting my car in drive and having no fucking transmission just adds to that list of I don't like Tireman. And I'm going to slander the shit out of them. I'm going to blacklist them. I'm going to tell everybody I know, do not take your car to fucking Tireman. Because now I have no way to get my vehicle from Tireman to Mighty to get the second estimate. At least not without a fucking tower. I can't afford the tower. I can't afford to tow my vehicle from point A to point B. If I could afford to fucking tow it from point A to point B, I think I could have afforded the fucking goddamn vehicle repair to begin with. And we wouldn't be here. So Chad's like, oh, I'm going to go, I'll call Veteran Service Commission tomorrow and see if they'll just go ahead and pay for the repair. Yeah, they open at 8:30, motherfucker, and I'm going to be on the phone with them long before you fucking call them, because I'm going to tell them exactly what fucking blackball bullshit you just did to my vehicle. I'm done. I'm tired of this crap. I just got a feeling I should have just took it to Midas and went in debt. You know, they use this Easy Pay for financing so that you can get repairs done. And my rear hub assembly had to be replaced. That cost $450. They approved me for $500, and I paid that off in 3 months. Now they've increased my credit limit to $1,240. I got a feeling now I should have just went to fucking Midas and said, I'm leaking out oil bad. Can you fix it? Let's run this through. You know, let's take a look at it, see what you can do, and then if it's not more than $1,240, we'll go ahead and run it, and I'll just pay X amount of dollars every month for the next year and fucking suck it up. Instead, I decided to go to the Veteran Service Commission, and they sent me to Tireman, and Tireman has done fucked me. Already. They've done fucked me. So what that's telling me is there's no transmission fluid in there. They fucking drained it. I was pissed. What the fuck have you assholes done to my fucking car? I don't know who the fucking shithead is that's telling them that my transmission's leaking, but there's no transmission fluid in the fucking parking lot where my car sits. None at all. I guess they think they're talking to an idiot. I know the difference between transmission fluid and engine oil. There's engine oil all over the goddamn parking lot where my car sits, but no transmission fluid. So if you're telling me there's a transmission leak, then you did it. Because prior to bringing my vehicle here, I didn't have any problems with my transmission. So that's what's going on. Tireman screwed me. I can't get it to Mighty. I can't get the second estimate. And I'm going to have to get up at the butt crack of dawn so that I can call the Veteran Service Commission at 8:30 a.m. when they open and speak to the gentleman I had to speak to when I called about the vehicle repair in the first place, and tell him what Tireman's done. And let him know that, oh, they're going to try and call to see if you guys will go ahead and just fix it anyway. Because I went there yesterday to take my vehicle from there and drive it over to Mighty, and I couldn't even drive it out of the parking lot because the transmission's gone. Not physically gone, but there's no transmission fluid in it. They kept saying there was a transmission leak. And then I was told, oh, if you can't go anywhere, then it must have leaked out completely. Okay, there's no transmission fluid spots in my parking space at my apartment complex. None. Just engine oil. So I can't take it to Mighty physically unless I have it towed, and I can't afford to do that either. I couldn't afford to get my vehicle fixed. That's why I came to you guys. And now here's the situation. Tireman's done fucked up my vehicle. And this isn't the first time that a Tireman has fucked up my vehicle. So I'm going to let y'all go. That's just an update, just to let you know where I stand as of now and how angry I am. I am not happy. I am the furthest thing from happy. And this shit better get fucking fixed. Fucking ASAP. Or there's going to be a problem. Alright. I would say peace, but I am not feeling at peace right now. So we'll just see you on the next video. With